Hi Engineering Janta, I am Vaibhav Shukla and today we are going to understand the placement strategy for third year students. Whenever I go live, the live chat box always contains this doubt that I am studying in third year, give me some strategy, some preparation plan. How should I go about preparing for my placements or my off-campus placements or my campus placements, fine. So I get those doubts always. So I decided that let's make a proper guidance video on this where I'll tell you proper timeline, how to prepare, what topics to prepare, what areas to focus upon, and alongside that in today's video I'll tell you absolute free resources so that people who cannot afford buying anything or any course can leverage out those free resources, but there's a disclaimer to it. Number one, extra hard work would be required from your side. Number two, time would be a precious elixir that you should save. So if you're somebody who's investing in a guided course, you're saving upon your time, fine. If you're somebody who's not investing on any course or any subscription or anything, then believe me, you'll have to devote extra time, fine. You need extra time to compete with people who are already studying in a guided format, fine. You need some sort of guidance, some sort of structured plan, and for that I'm giving you the structured plan, but despite of that, when you self-study, you need extra effort, fine. So extra effort and time would be taken, just be clear about that. Baki free में भी धूमधाम से तैयारी होती है, तो I'll tell you, don't worry, fine. Now, I'll go further. Let's dive in deep and understand. First is January to April phase. January is almost about to complete, but still 7 days, 6 days is enough to have something at your hand. So from January to April, if you're somebody who's an absolute beginner, because I am assuming that before this you haven't studied anything, you were a very casual student in your college. So for that purpose, I'll be telling everything from very basic, from very scratch, fine. So first thing you need to do is prepare a programming language. Now, if you're somebody who is good at data science, who's good at AI, worked a lot in data science, AI or machine learning, then you must be having a strong hold on Python, so you can go with Python. But for people who are starting from absolutely scratch, the people who are beginners, simple, go for either C++ or either go for Java. Only these two languages, fine. Out of them, even if you're still confused and you're an absolute beginner who knows nothing, C++ is the go-to language, fine, because it is comparatively easier to Java while doing DSA, fine. Now what you need to do, solve basic problems. Where will you find those? You can go to Prep Insta top 100 codes, fine. You can start preparing from there, simple, fine. But in top 100 codes, a lot of times you'll have arrays, stacks, various data structures at your disposal, and here I'm assuming that you do not know data structures and algorithms, fine. So in that case, what you can do is skip those questions, fine. Implement the simple programs, try and understand the concepts of these languages. So basic concepts are super important. And what are basic concepts? First of all, syntax and various flow controls of language. Alongside that, you need to understand OOP, object-oriented programming, fine. So this is what you have to cover while preparing a language. Loops, flow structures, various functions, passing of arguments, everything you have to study in a programming language. But if you are somebody who's absolutely new to programming language, because I'm assuming that you know C at this point of time. If you do not even know C, then what you have to do is, the prerequisite to it is that you study C language, okay. Now how to study? For free, pick any good playlist on YouTube, start covering it, fine. You'll automatically understand how to study. But the problem there is a lot of irrelevant topics would be there, fine. If you're somebody who can afford Prime, then you hop on to Prep Insta Prime. I'll show you. See, you hop on to Prep Insta Prime, you go down, and from the language section, you learn the desired language. Even if you're starting from C, you have its course here, so you can practice it thoroughly on Prime, fine. So one thing is that You first of all prepare a language. Prerequisite is C language, fine, and here C++ and Java. For enrolling into Prime, what you can do is, I'll make it more affordable for you. You can use this coupon code, fine, and this will help you get some off. But if you're somebody who cannot afford even after this coupon code, because this will reduce a specific amount from the current subscription price, so even if you still can't afford, what you can do is pick up a good YouTube playlist or any good website which teaches you from first topic to last topic, cover everything, make proper notes, prepare a programming language. Then come to the skill development phase. I have specifically made a top 5 skills video on our YouTube channel. It is for free of cost. Go ahead, watch that first. Out of those 5 skills, pick up any one skill, because it will come handy to you. It will be very, very helpful to you while you transition into industry, fine. So pick one skill out of them, fine, and start studying it. Now, how do you study it? One way is the paid ways, Prime. You go to Prime, and in structured manner, everything is covered in detail. But again, if you're somebody who cannot afford or who wants to go for free, what you can do is, say for example, you're preparing for Java Spring Boot, fine. You learned Java. Now if somebody is targeting Spring Boot in skill development phase, then you should mandatorily learn Java. You should not go for C++, fine. आजकल Java Spring Boot में काफ़ी jobs हैं, so think in those terms. Now, once you come here, what you do is, you start studying particular skill. For example, if you're somebody who's interested in Spring Boot, go ahead on YouTube, find a good playlist. If it is not there, go to Spring Boot's website, study documentation, fine. So what you can do is, in the skill part, what you can do is, you go to the documentations, fine. You study from documentations, number 1. Number 2, figure out good books, fine. Figure out some good books for it. Apart from these two, some good YouTube channels teaching that particular skill, fine. Say for example, you're trying to learn Spring Boot, go ahead, look for a good YouTube channel that can teach you that. If you're learning AI, go ahead, look for a channel that can teach you AI. If you're somebody who's looking for data science courses and he needs to learn it for free, then go ahead, watch some videos where you learn that out for free, fine. But in this, what you need to understand is, you need to build some good projects, because after learning from all these places, your learning would remain just 30%. Believe me, once you build a good project, your learning curve will immediately shoot up. You'll reach the 70-80% mark, and that is enough, fine. So what you need to do is, first of all, go watch top 5 projects video. Why? I have given ATS friendly resume descriptions in it, fine. So those descriptions will tell you how to write your project in your resume, number 1. Number 2, in top 5 projects video, I have told you what projects, what technologies to pick up, how to approach them, fine. So go ahead, this is also free of cost, watch it, fine, you will understand. Now coming to the CS fundamentals portion. In this portion, in CS fundamentals portion, I'll write this portion on this particular side, fine. So in CS fundamentals portion, first thing that you should cover is SQL and DBMS. This is interrelated. So this will help you if you're studying for full stack, or you're somebody who's studying AI, data science, or you're somebody who's studying cloud, or you're somebody who's studying say full stack MERN development. So in every case, SQL is going to come very, very handy to you. So SQL and DBMS, in any case, you have to study, fine. So prepare it. Second is OS. Now how do you prepare SQL and DBMS? A lot of free YouTube playlists are there. Go ahead, watch any good playlist through which you can understand, or go to Prime, see the SQL and DBMS course there, Fine. On YouTube also you will find very good playlists for free, don't worry. Now coming to OS portion, how do you read this? How do you study this? Pick out some good notes. I'll tell you the topic to study. First is CPU scheduling. Fine. Another topic for this is process synchronization. Fine. After process synchronization, what you can learn in OS is deadlocks and resource sharing. Fine. And then you can learn disk scheduling. Fine. Also there's a technique called paging, which is of memory management. This is for memory management, so you should study memory management. I'll write it here. Memory management and paging. This is pretty much the complete syllabus of OS, but what to focus more upon in OS? Now understand. In process synchronization, more focus should be on semaphores. Fine. Rest topics can be brushed up, but this should be read in detail. In CPU scheduling, you should understand what turnaround time is, what waiting time is, what arrival time is. Everything in CPU scheduling you should understand thoroughly. What is FCFS, what is SJF, shortest job first, everything, those algorithms. Then in deadlocks, very important, Banker's algorithm. Fine, Banker's algo. So study it well. Alongside that, you study resource sharing graphs, disk schedulings, scan, C-scan, these algorithms, understand well. Paging, memory management, basic brushing up. Fine. This would do enough in OS. Now, apart from OS, what is important? There is one more subject, which is, where should I write? I'll go here. Fine. Which is computer networks, CN. So what you can do is either hop on to Prime, you'll immediately find network security, cryptography, various other things to learn in CN. But if you're somebody who cannot afford anything, or you're trying to prepare for free, then for you, there's a book called Tannenbaum. Fine, this is the name of author. So Mr. Tannenbaum has written a wonderful book on computer networks. This I studied in my preparation. Fine. So this is a wonderful book, I can assure you with that. There is one more book which my friend used to study and he also got a very good placement. Fine. So that was from Behrooz Faruzan. Fine, Behrooz Faruzan. I'm not sure about the spelling of Behrooz Faruzan, but most probably I've written correct spelling. So Behrooz Faruzan was one person who has written one computer networks book and he has written immensely good. So you can refer to that book. Fine. After this, after covering SQL and DBMS, where in DBMS you need to focus more upon concept of keys, relational DB, BCNF, basically normal forms. Fine. I'll write normal forms because 2NF, 3NF also you have to cover. Fine. So normal forms I'll write here. So SQL and DBMS, OS, CN, after covering them, there's one more thing, which is, I'll write it, fine, here only. I'll write here, which is software engineering. Fine. What is that now? This is a subject in your 4th year. Generally people find this subject in your 4th year. What you need to study here is types of testing. Fine. Software testing. You need to study software testing here. Agile methodologies. Waterfall model. Fine, this much would be enough for initial preparation. So your January to April should be distributed like this. Remember, whatever I am telling here is super important. When interviews will come for the campus placement or for the off-campus, a lot of questions in the preliminary MCQ rounds as well as in the rounds that later on follow up. For example, in the technical interview rounds, people check your CS fundamental knowledge as well. Why so? The reason is they want to know how sincere you were as a student. Fine. So in January to April phase, prepare all this, prepare good notes, have them consolidated at one place from where you can revise. Now, after this, May to June, just 3 things. Aptitude, fine, because 80% people in mass companies get rejected in aptitude round. 80% people cannot qualify. So aptitude is something you should prepare very thoroughly. You have very good courses designed on Prep Insta Prime where you can use this code that I wrote. But apart from this, you can also follow one R.S. Agarwal book for quants, fine. And apart from that, there are very good YouTube channels for aptitude you can cover from YT for free, and practice more and more. So how do you practice? Go to prepinsta.com, and there in every company's preparation section you will find PYQs, fine. You will find free quizzes, and this is free of cost for you, so you can leverage out the website prepinsta.com, fine. So use that. Then coding portion. Now while learning coding in DSA, practice your earlier language that you chose, and while you're doing this, study DSA. What you have to do is, first of all, learn the basic concepts, learn the basic algorithms, and then start implementing them. Then start practicing them hard, fine. So now top 100 codes become super important. Believe me, if you have these top 100 codes at your fingertips, then nobody can beat you for service-based companies. TCS, Infosys, next day clear kar doge if you are very good at it. Okay. To this extent, you have to study top 100 codes. So number one. Number two, DSA basic questions se start karo. Okay. And start from easy questions. Go on with easy only. First of all, have a grip on easy questions of DSA. Fine. And for that, first of all, you need to understand the basic concepts. Fine. How do you understand it? For free, I am building a YouTube playlist on data structures and algorithms only. So do not worry for that. But for those who want that, they want to expedite their preparation, fine, and they want to learn DSA immediately, by May to June, you will have a lot of topics in that DSA playlist that I am building for free on YouTube only. But apart from that, what you can do is, you pick up a book of DSA in your college, whatever was recommended, you can prepare from there, or from your teacher's notes, or from any YouTube channel that you like, fine. Now, simple बात है यार, जहाँ से समझ आए वहाँ से पढ़ो. The basic goal should be you should study, fine. So once it is done, and once you have started solving top 100 codes and you have built a basic base in DSA, what you can do is, you go further from July to August. In the previous 3 months, remember, stick absolutely to these 3 things. Do not waste your time anywhere else, and cover all the topics in aptitude. All the topics for verbal, also verbal ability, logical ability. Daily devote 1 hour for this. Fine, verbal ability, logical ability. Daily 1 hour from May to June. You have to spend here, fine. From May to June, spend daily 1 hour in aptitude, so that in a month you cover all the basic topics of aptitude. And then when you go ahead from July to August, then daily you can practice aptitude for at least 45 minutes. Number one. Now, in July to August, a lot of internships are open at various research institutes, in companies, in government organizations. So go for summer internship or summer training also somewhere. At some places you will find this as summer training. Get yourself a good certification, secure an internship, because by far whatever you have done, that would help you secure any good internship. I can assure you that. Easily koi bhi internship ho jayegi, so don't worry. Now, aptitude, I told you 45 minutes daily. Coding and DSA are now a linked part. So for this, for people who have studied DSA well, good enough. If you haven't studied in these 2 months, in May to June, these are 2 months, full May, full June. If you haven't studied DSA enough, complete the basic topics first. So basic topics completion is the first goal that you should achieve here. Then post this, what you can do, there is a 150 not out DSA playlist that I have specifically built for you people. 150 not out. This is top 150 not out DSA Prep Insta. If you search this, you will find the top 150 not out list. And if you prepare this 150 not out list well in July to August, even you can stretch it till September. If you prepare it well and revise it again and again, you can crack Amazon, Adobe, Mag, any company. Believe me, if you understand the patterns of these 150 problems, you can crack any company on this earth. Any, believe me, any company. Fine. So post this, I'll show you. Then resume building, I'll show you this list in the later section of the video. When we'll be ending, I'll show you this list as well. So then you focus on resume building. Once you've done all this, as soon as you finish with your summer training, or you're about to finish your summer training in the August, you start preparing your resume. You start building a good LinkedIn profile. How to build a good resume? I dedicatedly made a specific live in the live section of Prep Insta YouTube channel. You can go ahead and watch. I have specifically told you how to build an ATS friendly resume. And in this, one thing is it should be ATS friendly. The second thing is the template should not be flashy. Fine. So you need to be very thorough with these two things. And what else to cover, I have covered in that live. So you can go in the live section, watch that ultimate resume guide video. Fine. Then LinkedIn profile building. This is also very, very important. Fine. You need to build a good LinkedIn profile so that when you apply for off campus, you have better chances. So for this, go ahead, watch my videos. You'll get a basic hang how to do these things. Now, I'll first of all show you what is this 150 not out list, because a lot of people aren't acquainted. See, this is top 100 codes. First of all, let's see top 100 codes. You go on top 100 codes. You have this kind of interface at your disposal. Fine. So you go ahead, keep on going down, and in your favorite language, you can solve every question in your favorite language. See, greatest of two numbers. For example, if I want to watch in Java, I'll click on Java, and then here you will have solutions to it and output to it, everything. Fine. So similarly, we have built another list which can virtually let you crack any company in this world. Top 150 not out Prep Insta. Fine. So I'll go ahead with this and see top 150 not out questions with solutions. So this top 150 not out page has topic wise divided questions. Fine. For example, in 2 pointers, now you have this valid palindrome question. When you click on this, you will be redirected like this on this page, and you'll have examples, you'll have hints, and then you'll have 2 approaches at least to solve that question. Fine. So you'll have a basic idea how to solve it, and every time you solve it, time complexity and space complexity would be given to you so that you can understand how we are approaching the solution and how optimized the solution is. Fine. So you need to understand that. And apart from this, believe me, if you have understood it well, you can crack any company in this world. So if you've done all this, whatever I told you, then you're absolutely placement ready. Itna hi hai. You do this much hard work, it is enough. Fine. But all you need to do is stick to the plan. Make sure this video is the last video of watching strategies. Fine. Now start preparing a strategy for yourself and immediately dive into action mode. Do not waste your time making 10 plans. This is a good plan that I've given to you. Make a plan according to yourself, condition it to yourself, and then stick to that plan. Stick that paper in front of you, that plan in front of you, and start working hard. Prepare yourself well, and whoever needs this guidance, go ahead, spread this knowledge to that person as well. Fine. Even if he's your junior, senior, peer, whoever it is, just keep on doing good without any expectation. Good will come back to you. Fine. So in any case, if you have any doubts regarding this video, or you need some input from my side in this preparation plan, or you're confused about something, or you want to ask a specific section doubt, fine, that too I'll handle. Go ahead, comment below this video. I'll understand your doubts. I'll reply to them. Also, the people who are watching it, if you want a video on some other topic, you can tell me in the comments. Your opinion is always welcome. We are here to help you. We'll go ahead with that. And the other benefit is that top 3 comments get Prep Insta Prime subscription for free. So you might stand a chance to get this subscription for free. You can avail this. Go ahead, comment below this video and follow us on various social media handles so that you do not miss any hiring update, any update regarding your career. Fine. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead.